As we travel around the world and we have question and answer periods at many of our events, we so often are faced with this question: why is my son gay? Or why am I a lesbian? Or how did this come about? And it's as though people want to know if they can find out a reason, it can help them accept it better, justify it, to come to peace with this thing that they may be struggling with. If they're asking these questions, usually it's because they're struggling with it. They don't really want to be gay or lesbian or bisexual or whatever, but they're struggling with the issue as to why. Why did God make me this way? Why am I this way? So I want to tell you a little story to illustrate how I came to resolve this in my own mind, because I too felt that I wanted to know why I was gay when no one else in my family was. But I grew up in a family with there were six brothers and sisters. We grew up in the country in Mississippi, and one of my brothers was, he was a year older, a year bigger, a year stronger, a year better looking, all of those things. Today he's still a year older. But we entered into that phase of sibling rivalry. We were always competing with each other. I remember the first day that we were running a foot race, barefooted down the gravel road there in front of our house, and all of these little boys in the little community there. I won that race. I mean, that was a high day for me, that not only I beat all the other boys, I beat my brother at something, because he was always the best at everything. Well, we also spent a lot of time in those days swimming in the muddy creeks, the muddy ponds, the little muddy rivers around there in northern Mississippi. And we really couldn't swim, and the water was never deep enough to really worry about it. But we went on a family trip down to Florida when we were still very young. And we spent some time with one of my aunts, and she had a swimming pool. I mean, this to us was a luxury. We had never been in a real swimming pool. The water was clear. You could see the bottom of the pool. And my brother and I were so excited about the water in the pool, we decided that we were going to have a contest to see who could reach the other end of the pool. We were going to race and see who could get to the other end of the pool fastest. We were very smart little boys, but for some reason we chose to start at the deep end of the pool that day, and neither of us could swim. But what we did, we got on these little rubber air rafts on the deep end of the pool, and we did the ready, set, go, and we started paddling and kicking for all we were worth. And wouldn't you know it, my brother edged ahead of me almost immediately. I mean, why not? He was bigger, stronger, all of that. I would not be beat. And so I just reached over and grabbed his raft, and I yanked it back to pull myself ahead. Well, in pulling myself ahead, he went bloop right over the front end of his raft, right into the deep end of the pool. I wasn't expecting that. And I looked down, and here's my brother at the bottom of the pool. He's trying to get out, flailing around, and I turned white as a sheet, and I was speechless. I didn't know what to say or what to do. My father was sitting by the pool, and he looked over and he saw the look on my face, and he knew something was wrong. So he comes over to the side of the pool, and he looks down, and he sees my brother down there in the bottom of the pool. And then he looked at me. Ronnie, what's going on here? What's your brother doing down there? Is he trying to learn to swim? That's not the way to do it. Did he fall in? Did you push him in here? Well, I have to ask at this point, do you believe this story? Of course not. My father did not do that. Now, the story is true up to a certain point. He did come over to the edge of the pool. He looked down and he saw my brother down in the bottom of the pool. And I remember that my brother, Jim, he had a flat top, very short hair. My father was able to reach down and somehow grab enough of that short hair to pull him up and grab him and pull him to the surface and to save his life. But to me, as I look back on that, I think, what an illustration, what a perfect illustration to answer these questions, because so many people want to know, why am I addicted to this? Why am I stuck in this rut? Why am I gay? Or why is my son or my daughter, why are they in this situation? And I think back to my dad and to my father. It didn't matter why my brother was drowning. What really mattered was, where's the lifeguard? And my dad was the lifeguard. And so, we can do self-evaluation in our lives. We can look back. I think it's helpful to a point to look back and review our lives. But so many people tend to spend so much effort trying to determine why they are the way they are. And they may spend their lives in self-analysis. When it comes to sin, when it comes to the sin of homosexuality, when it comes to any addictive sin, it really doesn't matter why we are in that condition. The Bible doesn't talk so much about why people are in the bondage of sin. The Bible is all about the solution to the sin issue. And it points us to that lifeguard, Jesus Christ. And Jesus has never asked me, Ron, why did you do that? Why are you that way? He simply says, I am the way, I am the truth, I am the life. And he offers his hand and offers to be my personal Savior from my sin, whatever that is. This is the Jesus I want to commend to you.